Another day in another practice in the books for the Dallas Cowboys. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Not only do we have more news, but more notes, highlights, observations from another day here at practice. And this one was a lot more exciting than yesterday's walkthrough. Today, we had a rookie DB get a nasty interception, which you're going to see later on in the video. We're going to see a wide receiver slowly starting to break out, having 8 out of 9 catches in early portions of team drills. We also have potentially a bad injury to a big defensive end. We're going to talk all about it in this video. Before we jump in, I want to give credit where credit is due, and that is with all the Cowboys media members, including the 3 names at the top right of your screen. If you guys could do me a massive favor and just go follow them on X, I guarantee it, you will not regret doing it. They're going to keep you updated with all the news and notes and highlights from training camp as it happens in live time. Guys, I promise you, you won't regret it. So go follow them. Without them, these videos are not possible to make. So I just want to give them credit because, again, I don't like people stealing stuff. This is not my videos, not my highlights. This is theirs. They got it for us. So go follow them real quickly. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. Now, let's start with some bad news here so we can get into the good news and end the video on a positive note. There was an injury today during practice. Sam Williams went down during drills, didn't want to put any pressure on his left leg, made his way to the cart, and then headed to the locker room for an examination. Now, by the time you guys are watching this video, maybe we know more about it, but as of right now, all I know is he left practice on a cart. So if you have heard anything else about it, comment down below what the news is, if there is any. But with that being said, we started to see a young gun come in here and start to make some big time plays with Sam Williams missing some time. Now, in the comments real quickly, put in your guess, who do you think it was? Okay, we took a second. Marshawn Kneeland is getting a lot of snaps now, a lot of opportunity. This is a guy the Cowboys loved through the draft process. This is a guy who they were extremely high on, and now he is going to have a lot of opportunity to show that, you know, he was worth taking in the second round. I think he is going to be a really good player. Might not be right away, but in a couple of years from now, you can see the potential of this dude is really high. So that was one thing I took note of. We also saw another draft pick, Kalen Carson, get a massive pass breakup in 7-on-7 drills. You're probably going to see a highlight of that in this video. Does a really good job just getting in front, diving in front of the wide receiver and making a big time pass breakup. This is a guy who is slowly starting to climb up the depth chart, and you know he's gonna make a name for himself. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he's another one of those guys who breaks out this season for the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, we're seeing more at the linebacker core. Micah Parsons playing more off-ball linebacker right now, seeing more Marshawn Kneeland on the edge, and you know, it's fun to see, man. Micah Parsons is just so versatile. He might be the most dynamic player in NFL history in terms of being an off-ball linebacker, an on-ball linebacker, lining up on the edge, lining up on the defensive line. This dude could quite literally do everything for your football team, and he is proving that each and every single day of practice so far. But another guy that's really starting to stand out for this defense is DeMarvion Overshown. Now, he has looked really good in coverage, dropping back into hook curls or flat routes or flat zones, or even mid reads as well. I feel like he's going to be, you know, really dynamic for them in the future. But right now, it seems like Eric Kendricks is going to be the day one starter. Not to say that they won't have a couple of day one starters like Damone Clark or Micah Parsons or Eric Kendricks, right? But right now, Eric Kendricks had an interception versus Dak Prescott in 11-on-11 drills, and it was beautiful. Jumped right in front of the route, got a big time interception, and brought it back a decent amount as well. We saw Trey Lance. Also, wait, before we get any further into the video, guys, do me a big favor, hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe if you're new. Guys, it's free. It doesn't cost a thing to subscribe, and we will be covering the Cowboys throughout the entirety of training camp, preseason, and the regular season as well. Again, join the family. Doesn't cost a thing. We will be doing this all year long, breaking down film of games and if you want to watch some games with me, follow my Twitch. We're going to be live streaming some Cowboys games for the preseason. It's free over there, Matty Dubs with 3 S's, or you can find the link in the description below as well. With that being said, let's kind of get back into the video. Trey Lance had a really nice pass to Peyton Hendershot over the middle of the field. Broke a tackle. Probably would have went down early on, but ends up getting a good amount of yards there. Remember, they're not taking anyone down. There's no padded practices yet. Those are coming, I believe, on Monday. If I'm not mistaken, Monday should be the first day of padded practice for the Cowboys. Correct me if I'm wrong. We also had a nice pass breakup by Juanya Thomas in coverage against John Stevens. That's more of the second and third unit. Tyler Guyton getting some run with the first team on 11-on-11s. Went up against Marshawn Neal, and that was a good battle to see during today's practice. But the first team offensive line was Tyler Guyton at left tackle, Tyler Smith at left guard, Brock Hoffman at center, Zach Martin at right guard, and then you had Terrence Steele at right tackle as well. Go down into more of 11-on-11s. Got to see Tyler Guyton and Micah Parsons holding his own for a second there, but, you know, Micah Parsons is just a different breed. Dak found Jake Ferguson a couple of times. He's been someone that, you know, Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy think could really break out this season, right? We know that Dalton Schultz has been gone for a little bit now. Jake Ferguson is ready to take that next jump up. Last year looked pretty good, but this year could just be different with him there. So I'm excited to see what Jake Ferguson can do. We also saw Dak Prescott getting what would have been sacked coming off the edge there. Just probably a coverage sack. Defense did a really good job. And Micah Parsons got in there, would have been a sack for him. DBs are doing really good. Another guy looking good, Jalen Tolbert. Now, did have one ball deflected out of his hands. Donovan Wilson came out of nowhere, skied in, got his hand into the catch radius, and, you know, he dropped the ball. But other than that, I feel like Jalen Tolbert has been really good. Now, let's talk about the breakout player of the day. Teron Billy Johnson has been nasty, and today was the day he got to showcase just how good of a player he was. He had a play where he went down the seam, had a big time touchdown, and celebrated right away. I mean, it was a beautiful throw by Cooper Rush. It was actually down the sideline, not the seam. Down the right sideline, beating Kalen Carson in coverage, and he was pumped, man. You could tell this dude has a chip on his shoulder. He wants to prove to the world he is a big time threat, and so far he's been that in today's practice. Also saw Kalen Carson getting an unbelievable interception, jumping up in the air, snagging it out of I believe he was going up against a newcomer. I don't know exactly who it was. Either Kelvin Harmon. It was number 84. So if you guys know who that was, you tell me. But yeah, jumped out of nowhere, got a massive interception, and it was a beautiful one. He actually clamped up a lot of different players throughout today's practice besides what's his face? Besides Teron Johnson, Billy Johnson. He was doing some stuff out there. He was doing some stuff. We had some goal line defense, really doing a good job around the goal line. Big time tackle by 59. I know you're not supposed to be tackling. And 59 would be Brock Mogensen, I believe. Nice little tackle there at the goal line, so he made a stop. But overall, it was a really fun practice today. I mean, things are about to really ramp up in a minute. Not a minute, but you guys know what I mean. A couple of days from now, once the pads come on, things are going to get exciting. So do me a favor, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. There's probably going to be a little bit more highlights here, so if I stop talking and there's just highlights rolling, then hey, have fun, man. No, you don't have to listen to me just talking some nonsense anymore. So make sure you guys join the family, follow on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next Dallas Cowboys video. Peace.